In the next 6 minutes, your vision of the future is going to change. And when this video ends, you will understand the thinking of Yuval Noah Harari, even better than many who read his books. We live in an era where power no longer belongs to empires, but to information. Algorithms know what we feel before we even notice it. And humanity, without realizing it, has begun to surrender its freedom to a new intelligence that does not understand emotions, but knows everything about us. Harari warned about this in his books Homo Deus, Sapiens, and 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. The next evolutionary leap will not be biological. It will be technological. For thousands of years, humanity feared the gods. Today, it is trying to become one. Harari calls this the rise of Homo Deus, a new kind of human that no longer evolves through natural selection, but through intelligent design. We are learning to edit DNA, prolong life, and create artificial intelligence that learns faster than we do. Biology stops being a limit and becomes a project. For the first time in history, the power to create life, modify it, or destroy it is in human hands. But this power does not belong to everyone, only to a few. Those who control data, technologies, and algorithms. That gap between those who understand technology and those who only use it could be the new form of inequality in the future. And in that new world, faith is no longer in gods, but in data. If in the past we worshipped gods, today we worship data. Harari calls it dataism, the religion of the 21st century. A faith in which the flow of information is the most sacred thing. Its God does not listen to prayers. It only processes information. Its temples are servers, and its faithful are the users connected every day. Every click, every search, every post is an offering, a fragment of ourselves given to a system that learns, feeds, and evolves without rest. Dataism preaches 3 simple commandments: connect, share, update. Whoever doesn't disappears from the algorithm. And the more we trust data, the less we trust our intuition. Decisions are no longer made by human consciousness, but by code. Platforms decide what we love, what we buy, what we believe. And without noticing, the old God has been replaced by an omnipresent algorithm. But there is something Harari warned. When humans let machines decide for them, freedom stops being a right and becomes an illusion. Because although progress promises us a bright future, it can also empty our existence of meaning. Humanity dreamed of creating technology to free itself from work, pain, and death. But the more we advance, the more dependent we become. Harari calls it the paradox of progress. While technology solves old problems, it creates new dilemmas. It gives us comfort, but steals purpose. It connects us, but isolates us. Knowledge is everywhere, but wisdom has become scarce. We produce more data than ever, and yet we understand less about who we are. And while we argue about politics or social media, a new technological elite is redesigning human destiny, not with weapons, but with code. The power that once rested in kings or religions now rests in those who control data. And it may be that one day, when artificial intelligence becomes more efficient than us, the human being will no longer be necessary to sustain the system, only to feed it. That is Harari's real warning. Not that machines will destroy us, but that they will make us irrelevant. The future is not written, but every click, every decision, and every shared thought is building it right now. Maybe the question is not what technology will do to us, but what we will do with technology. To understand why this matters today, let's go back a few decades. With massive digitalization and the convergence of computing and genetics, the infrastructure of power changed. What once required factories, armies, or ideologies now depends on who controls networks, servers, and platforms. It is not an accident. It is the result of technological decisions, investments, and a market that rewards the concentration of data. Look at 2 real examples. In health, algorithms that diagnose diseases better than doctors in certain tests, but only if they have the right data. Those who don't provide data are left out. In the economy, platforms that profile consumers and determine credit or job offers without human supervision. And in politics, the microsegmentation of audiences turned campaigns into psychological manipulation experiments. Each case shows the same thing. Data equals power. And that power tends to concentrate in companies and governments with the resources to accumulate it. What does that produce in society? Extreme inequality, not only economic, but also in informational power. A few can decide what information appears, circulates, or disappears. Work replaced, identities shaped by algorithms, and a growing feeling that our choices are not entirely ours. That erodes trust and a sense of purpose. And without purpose, social stability weakens. Now, let's be clear, technology is not inevitably evil. There are advances that save lives and democratize access. Harari warns, he does not condemn. His strength is forcing us to ask who regulates, who decides, and with what values. Ignoring that debate is the truly dangerous bet. If we want a future where technology empowers us instead of replacing us, we need three things: transparency about algorithms, regulation that stops concentration, and education so people understand how their data is used. Technical progress is no longer enough. It demands collective responsibility. So, are we going to be just data for a system, or citizens with power over the technology around us? Think about it. If this made you uncomfortable, it's because you've already started to wake up. And this is just beginning.